Hello, everyone.
I'm Scary.
And I'm Dustin, and this is Stud or Scrub. Who's who? You decide. Thank you for joining us for this, our 187th installment for Sky and I Charlotte, our practice tournaments, meta thoughts, and lists to discuss the world of competitive 40K. Holy shit, we survived 2025, and here we are in 2026. At episode 187, we are here. We made it. We survived, and
We did.
it's time for more Warhammer, because
We are back and better than ever.
did they ever pick up in tournaments? So we got tournaments every month at the very least. That's not if there's multiple a month. And I'm just doing team tournaments, so this is crazy. It's awesome because a lot of them are local to me. I consider local within like an hour and a half, by the way. But
We are
local
in
to
Canada,
me.
so local is about an hour to 2 hours.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I could probably train to some other places, but when I can go home and sleep in my own bed and then go back to the tournament the next day, that's a good feeling.
We're actually having a tournament this weekend, which we're really excited about going to, the TGX.
Yeah,
It's a team
TGX.
event, get 5-person teams.
But
And
more
we talked about
importantly
it a little
about
bit.
that, more importantly about that, it's the first team event that you and I are actually going to be on the same team in over a year. So,
Oh my goodness. Could this year get any better? No, not really.
Nope,
That's
it's all downhill from here. That's it. It's all downhill. We're peak this weekend, and then
From
just
here.
that's it. That's all we got.
It'll be peak Warhammer. It'll be fantastic. I'm actually really excited to go to a tournament and see everyone, and like considering that like I went to Little RTT a couple of weeks ago before like the holidays, and then I come back and then I get to actually like enjoy another great time. And we've got a lot to talk about. There's been a lot of releases. We've got New Year's, so happy New Year's, everyone. And we've got like resolutions, I guess. You know, if that's something that we do. Yeah, whatever.
Well, sure, we
can
do
talk
it
about
now. We just started. 2026 is a new year. Okay, resolution for 2026. We're gonna do resolutions. Okay, cool. We started. We're
Ready?
going. We're doing this. Ready? You go first.
I go first. My
Yeah.
New Year's resolution is to play Dark Eldar.
You suck at this. You need to look up. what
Sorry,
this
is that too easy? Did I not pick? Is that not how this
that is
whole resolution
absolutely
thing works?
not how this works.
Gosh
That is-
darn it! I already failed at
yeah,
resolutions.
that's like a kid going to
Man.
their parents like, I love going to church. Can I give it up for Lent? No, you cannot. That's
Yeah,
not
fair
how
enough.
that works.
Fair enough, my friend. Fair enough. Uh,
Try again.
Fine. Okay. My New Year's resolution. Actually, to be honest, like this year is going to be one of growth for me. So like consolidation of growth. You know, I was kind of gone for the entire year, last year, pretty consistently, just gone, right? So consolidating the growth on like the patron page or the patron, for example, and like the business in general, making sure that the content that I make is like has purpose and is like meaty. You know what I mean? For like folks that want to watch and follow along and stuff like that. And go to events, but also make sure that I continue to build and improve on like my like how I like to play the game and just continue to try and be a positive influence on the community. And that's really it. It's about capitalizing on the crazy run I did last year, but also making sure that I'm, you know, still grounded in reality and don't get too ahead of myself and just don't stop doing the hard work that I know I need to do to make shit happen. So,
Makes sense. I like it.
how about yourself?
It's similar. I'm not going to do a lot of the self growth thing is great, and I want to do that. I want to focus more on, because I'm going to a lot of events this year, which I wasn't planning on, but they just kept popping up, and I just kept going. They're all team events, and I want to go because I enjoy going to those. And I actually haven't felt that way about Warhammer in a little while now.
Nice.
Like I love Warhammer. Don't get me wrong, and I mostly love team events, but I don't know. The last 2 years, well, actually over that, the last couple years, more than that, it's felt. I don't want to say it, but it's almost felt like a bit of a chore going to some tournaments. And it's not that the tournaments weren't well run. It's not that I didn't have fun. It's more like I felt like I had to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I totally
you should
understand
know
what you mean.
exactly what I mean.
It was like a
what you were
job,
doing last year.
right?
You should know exactly what I'm talking about. It's in a different sense, though, because I wasn't doing it as a job like you were, or like just making that run. I don't know. It felt like I had to for my own personal reasons. Like I felt like I was missing out on something that I wasn't missing out on. You know what I mean? But I want to focus more because right now, the events that are coming up this year, I am actually excited again. Like I'm not feeling like it's a chore. I'm feeling like, all right, cool. This is going to be fun. And even just the little thing, like I asked the team for this week and say, hey guys, do you want to do a Matrix or we want to vibe? And the entire team's like, fuck it, let's vibe. Like, all right, you know what?
Vibes.
Awesome. That's great.
I think we all did vote vibes.
We did. Every single one of you.
Do it? Vibes.
Vibes.
It felt great to know that that's like that's the vibe.
Yeah,
you know, that
the
we're
vibe
all
is
going
vibes.
for, instead of poring over like sheets and stats and going through stuff. I know that I trust you as the person who does pairings to know everybody on the team, because we've been doing this for so long together, and to understand like where we all fit in is like attacker, defender, right? What we want to go up against. And then of course, if something that we don't want to play against, like we'll tell you, be like, just don't put me into this.
That's the big thing. Like, I just ask you guys, just tell me what you don't want to play or who you don't want to play. If there's a player you don't want to play, and I'll make sure it doesn't happen. Like, I'll do my best to make sure it doesn't happen. That's the biggest thing that I want to do, because I feel like I've been doing this long enough, and I've been playing with all the guys on the team long enough that putting down your colors isn't going to change my decisions much. Because let's be real. I'm looking directly at you, Diogo, when I say this. A lot of the time, I have to assume what the color should be rather than what you put down, you green motherfucker. Sometimes
isn't Diogo running like a team of misfits at the TGX this year? Yeah, he's not even on our team.
He's not even on our team, so I don't need to worry about it this time. But
he's a traitor. He's the traitor this time.
Oh yeah, enjoy it while you can say it, Ridvan, because
I know, because I can't even go to Can. I'm not even going to Canhammer.
No, you are. You are going to Canhammer.
I'm going to keep. I'm going there, of course. But I'm like Red Dragon, baby. Let's go.
Oh my god, it's just. The worst. But I feel like at this point, I've done this enough, and I know you guys enough. I know the way you play. Even if you're doing a different list, a new list, I know the way you like to play, that I can pair pretty close to what you'd be coloring anyway. And I feel like it's just extra stress on everybody when we have to do all this stuff, because we're not going there. We're not going. We don't want to be first. We want to win, sure, but we're not going there. We have to win, guys. Have to win every fucking round. Let's optimize everything. I want to trade this many points for this many points.
We're good at the game.
Yeah,
and we'll win because we have it's going to happen, right? But it's not like we're not busting our balls to make that happen. Right?
I feel like just the vibe of it's better. And something I've noticed with the most people, in fact, I say most, I mean everybody on this team, is like we play better when we're just having fun and vibing. Like, fuck the stress of it, man. Like, don't stress. And that's like, I was already excited about this weekend, but then when everybody's like, let's just vibe, I'm like, fuck yes. Let's go. This is an event that I am excited for. Like,
you've matured as a Warhammer player when.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, you don't really have to prove that you know how to play the game. Yeah, it's like you know how to play the game. It's not about trying to show off that you know how to play the game or whatever. You just end up going, and it's sort of, the wins will come, but you also understand that it's not the end of the world, and you don't have to waste energy and time. Not that it's a waste of time, but it's like you can spend the energy and time differently and get about the same results as you would get even if you put all this effort into. So the energy that you spend it elsewhere that just feels better to spend it, right? Yeah.
Yep, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the kind of vibe that I want to have. That's the vibe we try to have on the team. Davis, loved playing against Adam on your team, was so great, and I hope encourage him to have a good vibe games. Yeah, he loved playing. He loved your game, so don't worry about that too. And that's what I want to hear every single time people come up to me and say, "Yeah, we had a great time playing your teams." Like, perfect. I don't care if we got shit on, as long as and I don't care if we shit on you. I'm sorry, but I don't care if we do. As long as you had fun, that is our goal. All right, that is.
Yeah.
I want.
Yeah, we spent too much money, time, and effort on this hobby.
We are spending we are taking a weekend out of our time with all this hobby stuff we put work into. We both just want to have fun, just enjoy it. And if we're not having fun, we're just going to stop. All right.
That's right. If I'm not having fun, I'm not going to play that game.
That's right.
Just like even at the middle of a tournament, I'll be like, "You're not a fun. You're not a fun opponent. I don't need to play this game."
And if somebody comes up to me on my team during the tournament, and say, "Hey, I got a 0 because he's not fun to play," it's like, fine. Yep. That makes sense.
That's also why you have a coach. You'd be like, "Coach, sub in for me, please."
Yep. If like this, I don't want to do it.
unless you don't want to do it, in which case, that's fine.
It's like, nah, this person, I don't play this person. Fuck that. All right, cool. Well, congrats. You won.
Congrats. You got your win.
You got your win.
Feel good?
I hope you feel good.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, big boy got his win. Good job, buddy.
That's right. Yeah, pat him on the back. You did so great.
Yeah,
buddy.
that's right. Well done.
Well done.
Yeah.
Pat.
How does that feel?
Yeah, you must feel great about yourself.
Sorry, that's so patronizing.
It really is.
But at the same time, it's like it's better to protect your own mentality than to
especially when we're in the mentality we are right now.
There's no point in just ruining a weekend or even 3 hours of your weekend.
It's a long time
on that stuff. You know what I mean?
It's a long time to spend with somebody you don't enjoy spending time with. Like that. Let's be real. Like it really is.
Yes, it is.
Would you do that in any other situation? Would you have coffee with somebody for 3 hours that you don't enjoy talking to? Would you do that? Fuck no.
No.
Stand up and walk away. Like I don't have time for this. I don't like this.
It's like I don't have to be here. You know what I mean? Now, of course, with it, that's definitely a topic for another. I actually have that as a topic down that I'd like us to talk about, which is like, at what point does the line is the fine line, right? Where's the line of that? Like, because at the end of the day, you're traveling with your friends and you're putting lots of effort into like going and like potentially performing at a tournament or whatever with like the people that you're with.
For sure.
Correct, right? So what's the expectation, right? Like I know the expectation that we have because it's one that we all agree on, right?
We don't need to discuss it
because we don't. Correct. And we can talk about that.
Yep.
But in terms of New Year's resolutions, that's great because we've got like a couple of team events. You've got some in London? Wait, are we doing the Halton? You and I are doing Halton, right? Is that right?
No, I don't think you're coming to Halton, are you?
Was it the Halton one? Which is I know I'm going. Oh yeah, Halton. I couldn't go. Was it one that I don't remember? I don't remember if it's one that I was
go to Chimera. You know what? I'm going to pull up the list right now.
I cannot go to Chimera, but I thought I was going to Halton.
Let me see. I'll look at the
roster. But I might not be going to Halton.
You don't even know.
But there's a couple of different.
Oh, you are going to Halton. Holy shit. There were two tournaments for the same. Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh,
shit.
buddy. How did you forget me so quickly?
I mean, because you said you're coming to Halton, and then you said you're not coming to Canhammer. So
you know what I did for this tournament for you? You know what I did for this tournament for you? I rebased Archon Sepsis, okay?
Why?
Now, for anybody who doesn't know, sure, on the wrong size base. I rebased Archon Sepsis. He's very old. I sent a picture of Archon Sepsis to someone, and they're like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "This is one of Archon Scari's original nemesis." Archon Sepsis.
That is
the snake.
Archon Sepsis was the first battle that you and I ever had, Drukari on Drukari. The first time we ever met and played. It was Drukari, and Archon Sepsis versus Archon Scari.
Archon Sepsis, right, was versus Archon Scari. And so ever since then, and then you kind of downsized and you got rid of a bunch of your Dark Eldar stuff. But your Archon Sepsis is now under my care, which is great. So it's been really fun to sort of like put Archon Sepsis, because I'm running Kabalite Cartel this weekend. So I painted up. Well, I've touched him up a little bit, put him on a new base. And I'm literally using Archon Sepsis as one of my Archons. So there you go. That's how much I care.
And by touching him, I mean you added some of your own color scheme to his color scheme. That's basically.
No, well, I added. I changed like I gave him a I gave him the loadout so he
Yeah.
could have like the WYSIWYG loadout, and then put him on a bigger base, and then just kind of yes, I've just kind of touched up a little bit on like the highlights or the stuff like that or whatever. But other than that, it's like he's awesome. I love
Yeah.
him, and I'm trying not to touch him as much as possible so he keep retains that like classic feel.
Right.
Yeah,
Yep. I love it.
which is awesome.
I'm looking
But
forward
it's
to seeing
great.
that.
I can't wait because you even sent a picture in the chat, and I was like, Dustin, what enhancement would Sepsis be using of my enhancements? And you're like, oh, totally leech bite plate. I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah,
You know
because
what happened the first time?
you're telling me all the ones it could do. Okay, well, this one's better, but Leech Bite is more him. So put that on
Correct.
him.
That's why I gave him the leech bite plate. So he has the leech bite plate. Archon Scary is my warlord. He's got the webway all or whatever, the like deep strike and free rapid ingress because he's sneaky that way.
Mm-hmm.
And that would totally be Archon Scary, sneaky bastard, right?
Yes,
And then
yes.
you have the informant network, which is Archon Scary's stunt double.
Perfect. Perfect. The stunt double.
Yep. Yeah, well, it looks like Archon Scar, just has a different helmet. And that's it. So that's what I did for you, buddy. So don't you dare be talking smack.
For this tournament.
Yeah, fine. Just one time.
Just one.
Just one time.
Just one time. All right, but the ones that I have in the docket right now, we have TGX, which is this weekend. We have Halt and the Heretics, like the one day for Valentine's Day, the 8-man tournament on the 21st in February.
Yeah.
Which is my mother's birthday, by the way, but she
Nice.
doesn't care. She's like, hey, I'm going to have a Warhammer tournament on your birthday. It's okay. Like, why are you telling me? Like, oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, sorry,
oh,
Mom.
Oh, wish you a happy birthday on my way to the tournament.
Yeah. Well, happy birthday to you too.
Happy birthday to you too. We have the Chimera teams in March. Then we have,
Which I'm not going to.
which you're not going to. Then I have Canhammer.
Because it's like right before. It's like literally the weekend before the Berry Bash.
Before or after, one of those. Like, yeah, it's one of those two.
Yeah.
But it's right beside it, basically. And then we have
which I just
Canhammer
can't
in May as well. And then there's another one coming up that's going to be announced in, I believe, August. And then we have Studs and Snotlings in September. Like, holy crap. That's just team events. We're not talking about the singles. We have the Berry Bash as well. We have a singles event that we're running with Chimera in July.
That's awesome.
July.
That's fantastic. That's going to be so cool.
Like, there's a lot of stuff coming up, and that's just like around our area too. That are the bigger ones, and I know there's more that are coming up. The calendar is full, and it's very exciting. So it's gonna be a lot of tournaments to play at. And like I said, I'm excited for them right now, which is a good feeling to have. It's not. I haven't felt like this in a while, and it's good to feel this way. And it is mostly thanks to the team that we run. So I have to thank our team,
Which is growing, by the way.
It
The
is.
Scrub like team
Yeah.
is growing. Like we actually have like a repertoire of players that's like we can call on now to like play
not
games
even
with.
call
and,
on.
like,
The amount
It's
of
nuts.
people that have approached me like after games or after tournaments, like, hey, do you guys have any spots open in your team? I'd love to play for you guys if you ever had an opening. Like the amount of times that happen it's very.
I'm gonna say
feel-good.
that's a flex. I'm
It
gonna
is
say that's a flex.
Absolutely a flex. It
That
a
is
flex.
totally a flex because yes, thank you. We will take your application under consideration. Please let us know if you want to donate a wing to our. If you donate
To our training
a wing
facility?
to our training facility,
Yeah.
and then we'll talk more.
No, but it's that's the vibe we give out, right? So that's why I love
Yeah,
being a
it's
part
awesome.
of this, and really appreciate everybody wanting to be a part of this too, because it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling.
It is a great freaking feeling. So thank you all, the community.
Yeah.
New year, new events, new excitement, and new releases. Like the amount of stuff that Games Workshop has been putting out in the last like week has been insane.
Yeah, it has. I mean, we were really missing Space Marine stuff, so we really needed some more of that. But the Vitrix got what they needed. Honestly,
Thank
going
goodness.
to 3 wounds is all they needed. Like, let's be real. It's all they needed from the beginning. The 4 wound was a capper because of the amount of things that had damage 3 that should be able to deal with them. And it's such a minor change when you think about it. Like, come on, that was
12 wounds for a 6-man unit though. Like it's not a small number of wounds.
No, it's not. And you got to think about it too. Like, I know the amount of people that had like a minor heart attack when they saw the points go back down on them before they saw the wounds drop.
That was me, by the way.
I know it was you.
What?
What? What are you doing?
I was like, what is going on? And then it was like, oh, 3 wins. Oh, okay.
It's like,
That makes
okay,
sense.
now it's fine.
Yeah,
Now
like,
it's fine.
but oh my, yeah, minor heart attack there. That's quite literally how I felt. It was, yeah, that was me. That was
Yeah,
me. I raised my hand for that one.
I
Um,
read until the end of everything before I reacted to see. I'm one of these people that actually reads every single time. I never make a mistake like that. Ever. Never.
Wait, did they mention Jesus
Never.
Occult all of a sudden?
Never miss a thing. Never miss a thing.
Never ever miss anything.
Never miss anything. Not ever. The
Love it.
remote minds on engineers are 3 inches, right? Yeah.
We'll start.
Never miss a thing.
Nice. Starting the Australian chapter of the Stutter Scrub team. Hell yeah.
Perfect. I love it.
Let's go. Let us. We'll. Yeah, we could have different chapters.
I mean, I'm
And
down
then,
with that because we're.
I'm down with that too.
We're all Canadian here,
That'd be
so
so
like,
cool.
I'm more than happy to start other chapters of Stutter Scrub around the world. That would be amazing. Would be amazing.
That would be really cool. Actually.
Yeah, that's actually kind of exciting to think about. But anyway, we got more things to talk
Moving
about.
on.
Let's talk about some of the Necron stuff because Necrons, holy crap.
Yeah, it's about time that they kind of got a little bit of love, though.
There's a single thing in there that I was looking for every single time they get a new attachment. I kept looking for. I was like, where is their option for advance and charge? Because
They have one now.
they do, they do. They finally got it. They got some other cool ones,
finally
too.
got it. They got and then of course Catan got some love. They're like
Did they need it?
kind of scary again. No, they didn't.
No,
but
they got it.
But they were like, there's a new model for the Nightbringer, and I guess they're bringing them into the fold of actually being terrifying.
Well, they didn't change
Again?
his data sheet too much, right? They did change his melee profile, which makes a big difference for him for sure. And they gave a couple.
I love the Deceiver still. I think that's one of my favorites. Like
Deceiver's-
whenever I play Necron,
Yeah.
I love the Deceiver. The fact that for at least the next little bit, I don't know what they have in terms of like release schedule for any of this stuff,
Mhm.
but the fact that the Deceiver is still on the 40 mil base is like the funniest thing.
Yeah, well, Nightbringer was until now, so not even
Yeah,
now.
but
2 weeks from now?
Nightbringer got like the glow up for the wounds and
Yeah.
stuff like this, right? With like, and now went on to a bigger base. Deceiver still got all the glow ups, right? 16 wounds and a bunch of stuff, but like itty bitty base. Like that's
Itty-bitty space.
kind of crazy.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. But I mean, it's taken a while to get them upgraded. He'll get a glow up soon, I'm sure. Not him by soon, I mean 5 years from now. But he'll get it.
5 years.
I mean,
and
it's got
10
Nightbringer
score
and what,
from
3
today.
detachments? Because that was necessary. Holy crap! That was.
Well, you know what? It's nice to see that like destroyers or the destroyer detachment is like the new one.
The new one is actually
good
good
detachment.
destroyer detachment.
Yeah.
They needed that. They have not had a good destroyer detachment yet, so that's going to be exciting to see on the table.
They're very exciting. And then
that was
the
what I
new
was most excited
character is like Fight's first new character is
Yeah.
really cool.
That was another
right?
thing that
Like,
Necrons are missing, by the way. A Fight's first option.
Yep, which finally they got something. It seems like Games Workshop is definitely paying a little bit more attention as to like trying to give different factions like
They are
access to
definitely
like
paying
the
attention.
same style of rules, no matter, you know what I mean? That's cool. That
You
feels
can't
good.
fault them for like actually paying attention to some things and making those upgrades. The only thing I fault them for is tunnel visioning. Like they're really bad at just focusing on one thing and giving one thing too much stuff while ignoring the rest of it. You know what I mean? But it's fine because as long as we're getting some things, and I think I talked about this in the last podcast. I just think every time they want to do a release like this, everybody should get just a little thing, just like one little thing. I'm not talking about an attachment; it's like one little change, so everybody has something to look in there for. Because every single time you look in there, you look at any faction you play, and there's nothing for any of them. It's like, all right, well, I don't fucking care. The amount of times that you won't even read what's actually changed because you didn't get any changes. I actually, you know what? If I see a change for my thing, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be like 5 points on one of my units. I will then read everything else. If I don't, I often don't even read it right away. I'm like, fuck, I don't give a shit. I don't care anymore.
I don't even read.
I don't even read. Well, you don't read it the whole way to the end. We noticed that already, so we've figured that part out.
Oh my
So-
gosh! How dare you?
What?
That is an accusation.
That was
You're telling
a
me
fact.
I don't know how to start at the left of a sentence and go right?
And then read down. Maybe you don't go to the next line. I don't know, man.
Oh man,
Whatever
don't
it
tell
is.
people this. This
Well,
is like
they know if they listen to this, they know. They figured this out. Of the three Necron's attachments, which one do you think? Okay, which one's your favorite, and which one do you think is the best? If they're different.
so my when I was reading through them, my favorite was the destroyer one,
Yep, mine too.
right? Being
100%.
able however, I honestly think that the cryptic one is the best.
Really?
Yeah, because it's got so many options like advance and shoot and like all these cool things in there that I think would help me if I were to play it, it would help me win games.
Okay, so you're thinking of for your play style. All right, I can see that.
Yeah,
Yep.
for my play style, that's like the one I think. I like the everybody's like hot on this whole like Nightbringer like multiple Catan style build. Like I
Hmm.
still think that like if you really want to do even Catan, like you just go for Star Shatter still. I mean,
Yeah,
like I
I think
still
so too.
think that's probably the best with rerolls to hit and like, a reactive move and like all this crazy stuff that you can do in conjunction with like the king, right?
Yep.
Um, and I think in teams, I think Necrons are once again like you're gonna bring Necrons. Like
Oh
Necrons are
yeah,
going
for
to be
sure.
part of your team comp.
They
I
have so
don't
many
think there's
options. Like,
getting correct. I don't think that you're getting out of that now, right? With like the options that we have that they were given.
yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I think the destroyer one's the best.
Really, just because of the advance in charge, like on like a
No,
Lich
not
Guard
just
brick
because
or
of that,
something,
but
or
not just because of that, but I think that actually that alone brings a really it gives them something that Necrons were really missing with their melee in general, and that's mobility. It's not just the advanced charge; it's also the reactive charge.
right? Yes, fair enough. But it's not Spectacle of Spite reactive charge, which is like in and of itself, I think a little game breaking, in my
A
opinion.
little game
It's
breaking,
just a little bit,
but if you're
whatever.
yeah, like I mean, just being able to charge even if you're not getting charged, yeah, whatever. But it still gives them a lot of options. And it's something that they were missing before. The advanced charge being a big one for sure, and the extra strength being another. Because one of the things that the score packs in general, even like flayed ones and stuff, the things that they would be missing was that little bit of extra pip of strength to get over the threshold to some of the toughness of things they want to kill.
Yes,
But they didn't have it. Now they have like, and that +2 is that's a pretty big. That's two
it's a
pips.
good. It's a good. Yeah, it's a good sort of like breaking point for a
Yeah,
lot of that stuff. Yeah, which is very good.
That's
Um,
the one like in like what I'm reading in my head. That's the one of the three new ones. Anyway, that's the best. Is it still better than other ones? No, I still
right,
think Awakened and Star Shatter are better.
right.
But of the three new ones, I think the Cursed Legion is the best.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see you being excited about that. Like it's like I know a lot of my Necron friends, like people who play Necrons, are super excited just to be in like just have a lot of releases.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, look at this. We get to feel what it's like to be a space marine for a day.
That must be a nice feeling
Does
to
it?
be
Yeah, it
to
must
be
feel nice,
noticed,
doesn't it?
not
Being
being
noticed,
the
not being
ugly stepchild
completely
of
ignored,
Games Workshop.
actually being a faction,
Actually existing. Yeah, must be nice.
actually existing and being
Must
remembered by the company that makes you.
must be nice.
You're still
Motherfucker.
not a real faction.
I am still not a real faction. It's okay. My wins mean nothing then, so I could just
Your
win,
wins
win,
mean
win. It
nothing.
doesn't mean a damn thing. So I'll never get
Yeah,
nerfed.
you'll
If I never
never
get
get
nerfed, it's
nerfed.
fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I was
You
on this
can't
other
nerf what doesn't
podcast.
exist.
Yeah, I was on this other podcast a couple of days ago, like on YouTube, and the person I was chatting with plays a lot of Imperial agents,
Ooh.
and I was like, oh, it'd be really cool to like do a little collab thing where I get to play Imperial agents because I feel like they have a lot of similarities to how like Dark Eldar play, and
Hmm.
take them to like an event, and kind of just showcase like what I can do with Imperial agents. And the comments were like, "Oh, you're just gonna get Imperial agents nerfed, man. Like, why? Just stay away from Imperial
Yeah,
agents." I was
don't do
like,
that to other
I'll
people.
take
How
that as
dare
a
you?
compliment. I'll take it as a compliment, but that's very funny. But you know what? Even Imperial agents might get nerfed because they are a faction, right? Right?
They exist. They were mentioned. So yeah,
They were mentioned.
they could get that's the problem. They could get nerfed. They could.
That's right.
If they
Yeah,
needed
when
it.
you're a real faction.
When you're a real faction, anything can happen.
Yeah. For of course, context is Dustin is still sour that the Games Workshop forgot
I
GC
will
codes.
forever
Just
be
so you
sour.
know.
And it's not that they forgot to give us anything. Like, I don't give a shit about that. It's they forgot to even mention the fucking faction when everybody else was mentioned.
In a post where they mentioned everyone.
In the post where they
didn't
mentioned everybody, they didn't mention GSC. Okay. Okay. Okay.
It makes me so happy.
I will forever be sour about that. It will never not be a point of contention for me with GW from now on. That's just in my mouth. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Love it.
But we have
Love
a lot
it.
of team events coming up. We have a lot of team events coming up. One of the things that I've actually been asked a lot, and something that's come up recently and multiple times, is coaching for Warhammer teams.
Yep.
Like what a coach's role actually is, and the importance, and what makes a good coach. How can you learn good coaching skills? What do players need to know about both their teams and the other team's coach? Like, what can coaches do to better help their players? And what can they do?
That is a great question.
What can players better do to help their coaches? Because we've said it before on here, and I'll say it again: coaches make Warhammer teams. They are godsends. Well, okay, let me refer. Good coaches are godsends to Warhammer teams.
Who are you referring to with the undertone of not good coach?
Luckily, nobody on our team that's ever been a coach has been a bad one. It's like they've all been amazing. I needed to specify that because people just are going to throw a coach at the teams. All right, cool, we have a coach. Why isn't it better? I don't understand. I gotta put the caveat there. They actually have to do something. But
It's funny because a lot of at least when we started playing team events, the coach was sort of almost like a swear word.
It was like nobody did it because nobody wanted to do it. Nobody took
correct.
them.
It was kind of like I'll be coach if you absolutely have to.
If I have to,
that's what you mean. But that quickly changed over time. I feel. When we found that there was a lot more to coach than just walking around with a clipboard.
Yeah, I think a lot of people thought that coaches were just somebody that got water for the players. I think that was actually a misconception for a while. That's what they did. They just made sure the players were hydrated. It's like, no, that's not what they do. Well, I mean, they can, and that's very helpful, but that's not what they do. Because one thing that a lot of team tournaments do, and I'll be honest, I actually don't agree with this, and I think we're going to go away from this because I don't like the fact that we're doing it here. I think it's great for WTC, it's important, but for any other event, I think it's a little much that only the captain and coach can speak to other players in your team to kind of ask how it's going and give them direction. I need you to get these points, I need you to hold, or what, those kind of conversations. I think we're at the point that anybody should be able to ask. It's kind of a pain when the coach and the captain are the one, especially if you don't have a coach and the captain's in an intense game and can't get away, like that, then you're fucked.
Yeah, it's like a feel bad.
It is a feel bad. And I don't like that. I don't think for studs and stylings, I don't think that's going to be a thing anymore. I'm going to do away with it. Obviously,
it's not like we're playing at a professional level.
That's what I mean.
In that sense, you know what I mean? It's not the World Championships of Warhammer where they have to have very strict right.
We don't have to have
or they have very strict, rules for communications between players, so that there's just so everything's above board, right?
Yeah, you still need to have those things you can't give them advice in the game. That's still not a thing. But anybody should be able to talk to them. In fact, a lot of them, I see people doing it anyway. And I'm playing against my opponent. Somebody that's not the coach or captain comes and asks them how it's going, and they tell them I don't freak out. Tell them it's fine. What has changed? What is the difference between you doing it or the captain doing it? But anyway, that's one of the things now. Because the coach is not a playing character. I've been playing a lot of role-playing games lately. Can you tell? A player character. They're not a player character. They're an NPC. But because they're not, they have the ability to go to all the different tables. They have the ability to ask how it's going without interfering with any other game because they're not like stepping away from their game like the captain would have to. They're not injecting themselves in another one. They can just kind of wait for the right opportunity when it's not their turn. They're not like interacting, like maybe when their opponent is putting some reserves on the table doing their movement, whatever, and then they can kind of ask them how's it going. And there's so much. Yeah, given all the tech out there and the table talk that happens, I'd agree. But at the same time, people do skirt the advice giving in the guise of team points advice. I get that. But at the same time, is it as just having it from the captain and coach really going to stop that? And a lot of the time is by accident too. Exactly. They're not doing it maliciously like most of the time. So stopping that.
Yeah, like it could be something where like once you get to like I don't know the finals or whatever.
Yeah, maybe I could see that. Maybe the finals or something.
You could have like rules that are like, look, if you're like a team that's like way up there and you have a coach and you're like in contention, you know, you don't want to have any sort of like wiggle room where something could have been said or happened that could have been construed in any way, shape, or form as like gaming the system or taking advantage of, you know, that sort of thing, right?
Yeah, maybe.
So you could even have like a layered thing where it's like, look, if you're in contention for an award or whatever, like there's a separate set of rules that apply to you because 80 to 90% of the people here don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like they are just here to have fun and they don't care if anybody has a like talks to whoever because they're just having a good time and they just don't want to have that one grumpy player be like mur, you're not supposed to talk to each other, right? Who's like try-harding even though they're not going to fucking win anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like at the top of the event, sure, like if it is like the top of the event, why not? Like, why not make it? Yeah, you know what? You brought a coach. You're like in the semifinals. It's day 2, right? You've got like the top 4 or whatever, and it's you've got like the 2 rounds of the second day. There's like a different set of rules because you just need to make sure that everything's above board or whatever.
And honestly, I think if you do have a coach, you could have that rule easily because you don't want to take that job away from the coach. The coach will be better at it.
Yep.
They'll be better at it.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what a coach is supposed to do.
Yes.
Right? Or how to best use your coach. Right?
Do it.
Like, the coach has a lot of roles on a Warhammer 40k team. Right? From emotional support to organization to gopher. Yes, you could definitely do that. But I think one of the main aspects of a coach is they are a load-bearing reducer. They allow your players.
That's a term.
Well,
I know what you're saying. Go ahead.
you understand? I don't know if that's like the right term, but it's I guess the best descriptor.
Sure.
Is they are there, and the best thing that a coach can do is to lower the amount of mental strain, physical strain, or energy that your opponents spend doing things in the game other than playing.
Right.
So usually the best thing would be like you can show up to your table, play your game, only focus on your game, and you don't need to worry about anything else.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean. That is now let's talk about how they do that then, because you're right. That is the most important thing they do is they take a mental load off of the players, which is very important, and they can just focus on their game, not have to worry about it. The easiest way that I've found that the way that I've really liked it when Josh has it for us when he's coaching and has the clipboard, when you have just all the colors, like the red, the yellow, the green, whatever, on the sheet.
Yeah.
So when you walk up to a table, you don't have to say a thing. And this is tips for coaches everywhere because I've found this as a player. I've found this to be the most helpful. And I think Josh is our coach has really enjoyed the way this works too because he's gotten the feedback he needs. Yeah. If the coach comes up to you, he'll have this just color code. It's all it is. Color codes like red, green. It's just basically the inherent, for those of you that aren't familiar with the inherent, like is this a good matchup, a bad matchup, like how many points you're going to get, like is red really bad, yellow is like a drawish, whatever. If they walk up to you and they just hold it out in front of you without pointing at anything, they're expecting you to just point at what you are currently trending towards.
Yeah.
And then they can walk away. They don't need to ask anything else. And if they walk up to you and they point at something, that's them asking you if you can get that. And you either like shake your head, point at a different one, or you like nod. That's all. That interaction alone takes no mental power on either side. You don't need to talk about it. You don't need to say a word, and it gives both the coach and the player so much information.
It
Right?
does. Right, because it kind of tells you, like, do you sort of need to push? Do you need to stay defensive? Right, because when it comes to 40K at a team level, right, playing at a team level is definitely about, like, scoring lots of points, right? Like that, it comes down to you trying to score as many points as you can in relation to, like, everybody else in your team together. And one of the things that really helps you do this is making sure that you kind of, like, know how aggressive you need to be in these games.
Yep.
And so, like, your coach will essentially give you the bird's eye generalship view of everybody else playing the game and keep you in the loop. And I think that's one of the most important aspects of coaching, is being able to play your game while being in the loop of what the rest of your team is going through.
Yep.
Because you can then make educated decisions and choices when playing your game on whether or not you need to be aggressive, defensive, right? You need to go for risks or not. Because when you're playing singles, it's all about winning or losing, and you win or lose by a single point, right? Like there's no draws. There's tiebreakers usually, but, like, if you're going to a singles tournament, it's all on you, right? Like, it's just all on you. You either win your game or you lose your game, and that is it.
Yep.
Right?
That's it.
At a team event, there's 5 of you, 8 of you, 10 of you, whatever it is, 10 of you. There's 5 of you, 8 of you usually is, like, the main ones, right? And it's like, okay, I have an opportunity right now to go for what I would consider a risky play, right? It's like, if this pays off, I will be in a really good position, but it is risky, right? Like, it's one of those things where it's like, it could go wrong, and if it goes wrong, I probably lose this game, or I don't win very handedly. It'll become, like, a much closer game. That's where the coach really comes into play, because if they come up to you and go, they point at a 10, right? It's like, you just need to tie this game. Like, don't overextend for points.
Yeah,
just get what you can.
Just pointing at that one
just
color.
Keep it really close, right?
Gives it all that information.
Right. It gives you all that information. You go, oh, so I don't necessarily need to go for a play that gives me more points. I just need to play conservatively. And I think that's the measure of a good and or more of a rookie team, right? Is like, the more rookie teams, like, each player is still sort of trying to play at an individual level. Yeah. Where they want to try win or lose their game. They're worried about their win-loss rate.
Yep.
Whereas when it comes to like a more practiced team, it's not about the team at all. Like, nope. That's not about you at all. No, it's about the team. Yeah. It's about the team itself and what the team is going to do. And if you just need to sit there and do nothing, and that's your job because your coach said just to do this, you do it. And that's it. There's no middle ground. There's no but I could or nothing, or you just sit there and do your job, and that's it. And we got a T-shirt for that too.
Yep, we do. It is a very important concept of teams in general. I still remember, and this is the best example of what you're talking about that I've ever experienced myself. I played Colin Sherman at Canhammer many, many moons ago. Like, this is a couple, 6 years ago at this point. Like, we were at high level, like, this was a top table team event. And I got put into him with a list that had no chance against him. Like, his list was designed to kill mine, but nobody could fight it. So I did. And I did nothing. I mean, I literally did nothing. I didn't engage with him. I didn't shoot anything. I sat behind walls. And it took him 4 turns to realize I was not going to engage with him. And he's like, shit, I have to do something now to score points.
Yep.
And it makes a huge difference. Like, even sometimes your opponent will be in that situation where they will not realize that you're actually not going to engage with them if you're just trying to pull points out of an otherwise bad matchup. Because if
Yep.
they have to do something about it. And sometimes that puts them in a bad position too.
Yeah,
So,
because then they overextend, and then
yeah,
you can. It's what we call learning how to drive the bus, right?
yeah.
Where like you get what's considered bust, which is get put into a bad matchup, but then you turn into the bus driver,
Hmm.
right? Because you took advantage of the fact that your opponent notices that you're not going to play the game, because all you need is to not die. So
Yep,
you just hide. You don't play the game.
yep,
That's a very valid way of playing. And a coach sort of gives you that information as well.
yep,
Like you can have that information before you even start the game, right? Where your
yep.
coach can come up to you and go, "Hey, by the way, like we paired badly. Like we are pairing into a loss. The likelihood is we're going to lose this game or this round. So don't do anything flashy.
Yep.
Just I know that you're in a really bad situation. Just do what we planned. Do
Hmm.
nothing, right? And that's like just as valuable as somebody who goes and like, oh, I'm in a great matchup. I'm gonna get a 20, like or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
So I think one of the big things that coaches need to remember too is like you are playing a top-down strategy game, a different one than the other players are playing. So when you're going through and you're actually like, getting this information from the players, that's not the end of your job because you got to do it again because things change quickly sometimes in a dice game. Like
Yeah.
if a unfailable charge is suddenly failed, and like your Death Star unit's out in the open and dies, like that can completely flip the script. So you need to be able to go through all the teams, take all that information in, and now you need to look at, okay, are we currently in a winning position or are we currently in a losing position?
Yeah.
You're adding up all the points, what are we looking at? And then you need to go back and as a coach, if you know your players, you know their play style, this helps immeasurably because you need to know
Yeah.
who you can go to kind of ask these things. And then you start going to players and pointing where you actually need them to go.
Yeah. So that like top down view, it's like important to understand that like it is super important to understand the coach, well, that person is the one that has that. Yeah, it is that bird's eye view, like you explained. Like they know more than anyone what everybody's doing on their tables, right? On
Mm-hmm.
any table at any given time.
Yep.
And that's like so strong,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. And a good coach that has been with their team for a while and like I said understands their players that their play style is too. A lot of the time, even walking by tables, they can kind of assess where the game state is
Yep.
and know if they can go to that person to push for more points or know to go to that person to hey, calm the fuck down, like just yellow, 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 like slam on the yellow. Stop going so aggressive without saying a word. These are the things that the coach can identify early to prevent it from getting out of hand later on. If they see an aggressive play that they know could swing the game for the team, because if they're doing an aggressive play and they were pointing at yellow before, it's like, okay, this is not a yellow move.
Right. So it's one of those things that like um it also like really helps having a coach that knows you
Yes,
because
it
like
makes a
there's
big difference.
it's not just that of like understanding how your player is, but like for example, I know that, you know, whenever trying to get information off of me, that usually they'd wait until I'm like at least on my like third turn
Hmm.
because because of my play style. So they can leverage that like knowledge of my play style to understand that like I'm not really going to have much information of what I can and cannot do until like that initial sort of like gambit has kind of paid off or not. And then it'll either like be in like then you can get some accurate information from me,
Yep. And for me,
right?
they need to come to me by turn two, so I need to know because that's when I start pushing
Because
if
that's
there's
your
a
drop
pushing.
turn,
That's my drop
right?
turn.
So it's like correct. So you like it's like there is a timing to all this as
Yep.
well.
And that's
Yeah, which
mostly
is like
knowing your players because that's a big
nuanced.
deal.
Yeah.
So one of the questions as part of this was what can they do to improve their coaching skills? And general coaching skills is honestly it's math in a nutshell. That's the general one, math, being able to add up those points, seeing where you can push for more. Like, honestly, if something, like, obviously something is already getting a 14, you don't go to them, hey, get an 18. Generally speaking, if they're getting a 14, they're already trying to get a little bit more and they're in that position. Do you know what I mean? If it's yellow, that gives you an opportunity. That's where you're looking at to see if they can go higher. But that's also why I don't like yellow. I like one thing above yellow, one thing below yellow. So I like advantage, disadvantage, which is generally a yellow, but it's more of those feelings that I feel like I have the advantage of this game. So those are the ones you can go to. Okay, I know you feel better in this, you feel more comfortable. So these are the ones I can say, hey, can you push? We try to go more. And again, you go to the disadvantage ones last because they don't feel comfortable, but they're still in a position that they could if you have no other option. It gives the coach that information so they know who they can go to start with before they go to people that put it as a red and say, hey, could you get more than a red? Because usually speaking, if somebody has a red, they're getting a red. Like that. That does it does swing sometimes, but generally
you have to trust your players.
Yes.
Like it's one of those things where you have
hard.
to trust. It is hard, but as a coach, you do have to trust your players, but you also have to be communicative.
Yeah.
Like if your player, Diogo, is putting lots of greens, right, where they're not necessarily greens, right? Because we used him as an example earlier.
Yep. Always do.
Right?
He knows. He knows what he does. He did it in the chat.
A good coach, right, would pull a player aside and be like, hey, like if it's not a green, don't put a green. Like it's, you know what I mean? Like, but you have to sort of like know like how to also be sort of like that type of like guiding light for your players as well.
Yeah.
In a way.
You need to be their conscience.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying.
But
too.
it has to be done in like you have to understand tact and you have to understand when is the right time to do it. And you have to sort of like the better you know the people who you're coaching, I think the better it is. And I think another thing is like you have to have a really good understanding of board states. Like you have to be able to look at a table without even knowing anything the players and kind of understand what is happening on the table. And this can be hard to kind of like, you know, just on the cuff or whatever, figure out. But like the more knowledgeable you are about the game in general, the better it's going to be. Because if you can look at a table and go, okay, so based on where that unit is, I feel like you're in a good spot because I kind of know what that unit is supposed to be doing.
Yeah. And so here, you want to know how to learn good coaching skills. And I will give you the best way to do it if you can do it with the right people. The best way to be able to improve your coaching skills is to be able to identify those kind of table states, those board states. The way to practice that, and I hate that I'm about to say this, TTS.
Boo!
Because, and I'm not saying play it. I'm not saying play it because there are all kinds of games going on all the time. I'm saying go into a game. You don't need to say anything. Go into a random TTS game that's being played. Don't look at the score. Zoom in on the board state. Don't listen to what the players are saying. Zoom in on the board state. See if you can figure out who's ahead in that. Do the math in your head. Like figure out, okay, that's position there, so that means this person. Think in your head who is in position, and then look at the score. See how you did, and you just do that over and over again, and then you come back later in that game. You kind of look at the same thing. It's getting that muscle memory of being able to look at a board state and seeing where certain pieces are, what things are in reserve, without actually looking at the score. Most of the time now we're going to have people that actually have the score just out there, which makes it ridiculously easy. But at the same time, you can't be fooled by that because there are a lot of times that the score will be not indicative of what's actually going to be at the end of the game based on missions or even how things are going. Because there's a lot of games where I'm losing round 2 and then it's 100-30 at the end of the game for me.
Yeah.
Like it happens. So you can't rely on the scoreboard either. It's better to train your brain to understand board states.
And then like it also really helps a coach to be a good coach to also educate your players on this. Yes.
That is actually a very important thing to do. Your players need to understand what you're doing too and how to help you do it. And that by helping the coach is literally just pointing at the right color when they ask.
But also, to be honest, a lot of the times I feel that there's a humongous amount of well, there's a large amount of sort of like um, I want to say fear of failure in
Yeah,
players.
yeah, no, I think
That
that's yeah,
that it's a fear of failure in players that sort of like puts a mental block on them from even like wanting to tell a coach what they think is going to
yes,
happen,
yeah,
which is just as bad as like playing badly.
yes,
Like you being okay with like learning a skill set and the skill set being understanding what the score is going to be. And a great example for this is like I actually had this conversation today. It was we were sitting around having lunch at Mini Wargaming, and Luca was recounting a time where him and I played a game, and he was playing. I was playing like Eldar, and he was playing Necrons, and like in the middle of like my third turn, I like halfway through the shooting phase, I was like, oh, I should have advanced that Wraith Lord onto that objective. And he's like, oh, it's like, do you want to do that? I was like, no, no, I need to learn from my mistake. And he didn't really understand why I was like wanted to just advance that onto the objective to like stop a point from being contested or whatever,
hmm
instead of shooting or whatever, right? And I was like, and I went through it. I was like, well, because I'm not going to contest you here. That's 5 points here. You have end of game, which is going to be this many points based on like the board state. So I think you're going to win by like 10 to 15 points. And at the end, I think he won by like 12 points or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it was one of those things where like it was that knowledge
hmm
that, that like board state that I was like, I could confidently see which way the game was going, even if it was like turn three. But that is a learned skill.
It is. It's a trained skill. Again, it's even
Correct.
harder for
It's like a
coaches
train.
because when
Yeah.
you're not playing the game, it is a lot harder to do that. That's why you do it a lot. But there are so many TTS games, or even just like Warhammer nights. Kind of hover around tables, not getting in the way of them. But if you want to watch games, look at the board state. Look at it for a little
Yeah.
while, and then ask them
Works
because
really well if you stand very close
yeah,
to the
sitting right
person who's
next to them,
playing,
you got to be breathing in their ear when you're doing it
and
too.
you have to
Yeah,
deep, deep,
deep,
very
deep.
noisy
Yes.
breaths.
Yeah, almost to the point of snoring, like you were sleeping. Make sure you do
All,
that
you
too.
know what?
Yeah,
Almost. I think that would
almost.
be almost
Yeah,
perfect
then
like that.
that's an important skill as a coach. But yeah, being able to identify those board states and training your eyes and your brain to identify that, and
Yeah.
it's like we said, it's a very trained skill, and it's most important if you play with the same people to learn those board states of the armies they play. Like if you're the coach for myself and Scary, obviously you learn the board states of Drukari and GSC because
Yeah.
you'll see those more than anything from us. Like you'll see those, right? So if you know what your players are playing, that'll help if you know what the armies do and how they play, because then you'll understand a lot better what their positioning means. Because a lot of the time, Sky won't be all over the board, especially not early on. But then you come back next turn, and say, holy shit, he's everywhere. What the fuck? Like, I thought he was losing, and now he's just everywhere. Right? So knowing how
Yeah.
the armies play, so you can identify those table states, is really important. And like I said, best way to do it, TTS, or just like watching games in general, and then training your brain, figure out those scores, and then what the end game ends up being. And you're not always going to be right. It's a trained skill. You're not always going to be right because things can swing. But that's why, as a coach, it's not a one and done. Okay, he's going to get yellow. Cool. I'm going to go sit down and have a beer. No,
You're working the whole time.
you're
And then,
working
of
the whole
course,
time.
on top of that, the whole like relief of stress. Not only are you relieving the stress of your opponent having to make the choices or all those choices, you're also relieving the stress of, yes, bringing them water if they need
Yep.
water, a snack, right? Because like that, they can really focus on the game. That's the whole point. Let them spend as much brain power as they need playing a game of Warhammer without having to worry about the the small things.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a pyramid. It's like Maslow's pyramid of needs or whatever.
Yeah. Those are the things that really help your team as well. And I think I think it's important for both the coaches and the players, obviously, to understand that the color you tell them when they come to you, or for when you tell them or what they tell you, is not necessarily how the game is going to end. This is just the current state. This is what I think I will get by the end of the game right now. And you cannot overestimate that, because that
Nope.
fucks your coach and fucks your team. You cannot say, oh yeah, these guys will go there, kill that. This guys will go there, kill that. It's fine. Yeah, 20. Don't do that. Be realistic. Board state the way it is. Like, you can base it on what the board state is right then, in terms of, like, neither of us is doing anything. It's a yellow. Even if you're pretty sure you're going to end up 20-0ing them because of your push, because your push could go wrong. It could absolutely go wrong. You need to be able to say yellow, so on your go turn, if it fails, you can pull back and still potentially pull a yellow. The coach's job, ideally, is to come back, a round, 2 rounds later. Every round, ideally, for every game, so they can kind of really stay up to date. Like I said, the coach's job is, like, they're going to be busy. They should be busy if they're doing a good job. And it's helping both the coach and the players, because they're going to come back, and then you can tell them, if it went well, you can point a green now. And if it didn't, you can say, yeah, I'm still yellow, And then no one's the wiser. Nobody knows that you thought you were going to get a 20, and you're not going to be embarrassed. See?
Yeah.
It's a win for everybody.
I think it's super important as well for like a well-trained coach and a well-trained player, to exercise the value of the poker face.
Yes.
Like, like, as a player that's played many a game, like a coach coming up and looking visibly stressed and talking to their player and being like, pointing at this number, and then the player being like, no. It's like, okay, it shit hit the fan, and they need to push or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's like, okay, that's just giving me all the information, versus like playing against a team that is well versed in suck it up and don't let them know what you're thinking, which I think is, like, if you're wanting to play competitively, the value of that is massive.
Yeah. And that's why I'm saying I think the best way for a coach to do it is with that color chart or numbers chart, whatever you want to do. And obviously you show that to the other team, like, beforehand, so they know this is all I'm showing them is just colors. That's all it is, or just numbers. There's no tactical information on there, or whatever.
Well, that actually brings up another point. It's like having the right tools.
Yes.
Right? Because what you're describing is a tool. Mm-hmm. A tool that we use for coaches, just sort of like get information, relay information. And every team has, like, a different way of doing this.
Yep.
But, like, to be a good coach, you have to have good developed tools for the jobs that you need. And a lot of them you can find, like, from other players or whatever, right? Which is fine. But you also need to make sure that you maybe even make your own that you like.
Yeah. Like, if you have, this is just what I've found that works. If you have your own, then absolutely. Whatever works for you. The bottom line is you just need to be able to communicate cleanly with your players, between your players, without giving away a poker face. Like, don't give them the option. Like, ideally, you want to do it non-verbally. Because a lot of people, especially if they're stressed out, you'll be able to tell when they're speaking. Being able to do it non-verbally gives them the ability to just point at red, and then you go away. You pat them on the shoulder and go away, but don't even do that a lot of the time. But still, it gives the ability to do an easy poker face so your opponents don't immediately know what's going on, and gives you all the information you have, all the information you need from both your player and the coach to go forward. Okay, where can we make up these points if we need to? Maybe, or if it's, you come back with a beer for them. Whatever you need to do. Because you are also,
and you can have, like, that dynamic with your team. Once again, you know them, right? That's the whole point.
Yes.
Spend some time with them, get to know them.
Yep, that's the big thing. I think that's the most important. Hopefully that helps. But like I said, training it, watch games, and try to predict the points and see how you did. That's the only way to really train your brain as a coach to understand table states. Because when you're playing your own games, it's a lot easier because as a coach, you don't have that ability, right? You're not going to sit and watch one of the games the whole way through. And even if you did, that's only one game, then you still have 4 to 7 more, depending on how big the team event is. So you need to be able to do that without being in the game. And it's hard to learn, but you can do it. I believe in you. I believe in all of you.
We believe you can do it.
We believe
We believe that you can be the stud that you want to be.
That's right. Which
Yeah,
I
not the
thought it
scrub,
was. I thought it
the
was
stud.
funny because we have a bunch of players. I'm not counting you in this. We have a bunch of players that are not coming to Canhammer because they're having kids, which is awesome. Congratulations. They are living up to the stud name.
Studs.
They are studding it. They're at the stud farm producing more studs. That is exactly
Producing more offspring to
more.
play Warhammer.
That's right. More stud players. I love it. I love it. I thought
And
that
no
was
longer
pretty
no longer are we creating farm hands for our farms,
funny.
but
No.
we're creating
future
game
coaches
partners, yeah,
and then players.
yeah, exactly, future players for the stud team.
That's right. It's happening. We're growing.
I love it.
If people won't join us, we'll make them. We'll make
We'll
them.
make
ourselves.
Stud. Awesome. Which is actually it's funny. I was having a conversation like that earlier. He was like, "Yeah, the team that I was on, like one of my coaching clients was like the team that I was on, like at Challengers Cup, right? They were all like 20 years old and like played like 50 games a week and all this stuff. And he's like, now I'm coaching, I'm like captaining this team for this other team event, and it's all like 40-year-olds and they've all have kids and they've played the game forever, and it's like the vibe is totally different. I'm like, yes, it definitely would be. They have kids and they actually have to like do family stuff. Yeah,
It's crazy.
funny how
life
it's
is
crazy how that
Life has
changes
changed.
things. Yeah.
Okay, let's get to the questions because we got to an hour quick. Okay, let's get to a couple of questions.
Well, like to be honest, it's been I think we've pent up 3 weeks worth of stuff.
We did try. Hopefully, didn't ramble too much on it because I think we touched some good topics here.
I think we did.
I
And if
also
we
don't
rambled, shame on you. Also, it was really
if
funny.
we rambled and you're still here, then obviously
and you're still here, like, well, yeah, exactly. Fine. Thanks for watching. I find, oh man, like negative comments online drive me crazy in like a good way. Like it's like I just shake my head. I'm like, why? Why do you need to tell me?
Why? Yeah.
Why do you have to go out of your way to just say
I
this?
don't
Like you
understand.
watched the whole thing and then took the time to like help the algorithm by putting a comment in this video.
Yeah. Okay.
And sure.
Good.
Anyway.
Thanks for your support.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Let's go into some questions. I like it.
All right, we got a couple to go through here, and I want to make sure we get to them. So let's do it. If you didn't play Drukhari or Geese, they're called Dustin and Skari respectively, what army would you tell people you play, but what would you actually play?
Oh, interesting.
What would I tell people to play? What would I actually play? I mean, I'll say I'll play NIDS or GSC because it's too easy for me.
Well,
Wow.
I would tell people that I would play, like, it depends. Like, if I wanted people to respect me, I'd be like, I play Space Marines, right? I'd be
Yeah,
like, Space Marines.
I play Space Marines, obviously.
Right? But what would I really play? I'd be a filthy Tau player.
Oh, you can't tell people that.
Filthy
No wonder you've been
Tau
playing that.
player.
I think I'd be Chaos Demons.
Nice.
Yeah, but I'd tell people Space Marines because again,
Chaos to get Space Marines, and then you'd show up with Chaos
show
Demons.
the Chaos Demons.
What?
Those are funny looking Space Marines.
Oh, these are just funny looking
Yeah.
Space Marines. Is that not what this faction is? Oh, I'm new at this. I don't know what I'm talking about. Then again, it's funny because I my other army is Black Templars, so
yes,
like I
mean, it's true.
do play Black Templars. It's
I
my
had Dark
original
Angels.
army.
I played Dark Angels for a little while, but then I didn't want to have a Space Marine army anymore.
Dark Angels aren't really a Space Marine army.
They're kind of chaos, right?
army.
So,
Yeah.
if GW deleted one data sheet tomorrow, what would it be?
Ori and Rakarth.
Well, that's just gonna happen though. That's just too real.
That's just it. Well, they didn't say it didn't have to be real.
Okay, Void Raven Bomber.
Boo. How dare you.
Not even the Razor
Why
Jet
do you-
Fighter, just
Why
the
do you
Void
hit
Raven.
me in the feels, man?
Just the Void Raven.
You know,
It's literally
it'd be
the
really
commentary.
funny. I
The
wish that they would
commentary on
put
the fact for that was just because fuck Scary. That's
Yep, that's it.
that's it.
Just make him sad.
And everybody be like, "Yep, that's fair. That makes sense."
I will say that they have successfully nerfed it out of me wanting to put it in lists now.
Oh, that's sad and happy at the
Yeah,
same time.
yeah. Then again, like I did, sure, it wasn't 300 points. It was 245 points. It was the straw that broke the camel's back.
What the fuck? Which Primarch would absolutely be banned from Twitter? That's a great
Oh,
question.
oh man. Fucking Lorgar, right?
Really? Why?
Is it Lorgar, like the world with the word bearers guy?
Is that Lorgar? You can just say the word bearers guy because
Lorgar?
I don't know his actual name.
The word bearers guy, yeah, like the religious bigot guy.
Sure. We'll say yes. Him?
But does anybody get banned from Twitter nowadays? Like on a completely unrelated note?
Well, who would get banned? See that's. I think.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
think Magnus would get banned because
Magnus would get banned. I didn't do anything wrong,
didn't
guys.
do anything wrong. What the
I did
fuck?
wrong.
What the fuck?
Why did you ban me? I
Everybody,
didn't
it
do
would be a
nothing.
whole campaign of everybody saying, "But he did nothing wrong. Why did you ban him?
You
What
did
the
nothing
fuck?"
wrong. Why did you? You know what? You win. You win this one. That's so true. It would be Magnus.
Nailed it.
Oh
I
my
would
gosh, that
absolutely
made me. That made me. That made my day. Awesome. Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
what unit
Oh, I'd
always
rub it in
disappoints you?
Magnus's face so bad. I'd be like,
You have
"Suck
to.
it, Magnus."
You have to.
Yeah.
What unit always disappoints you, no matter how good the math says it is?
Incubi.
Yeah, I was expecting that to come from you. Yeah. Um,
I said that very quickly.
it's not even good math anymore. I have to say Ridge Runners, like Last Cannon Ridge Runners, and I'm
They
not,
died so fast.
and I'm still taking 4 of them, but they
Well, it's like
always.
one of those things where it's like they always disappoint me, but like, what else
Yeah,
do I
what else do
frickin'
I? What else
take?
do I
You know what I
bring?
mean? Like,
Exactly.
what else do I take?
Like
Like,
every.
I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm stuck between taking absolute shit or taking shit. You
Yep.
know, like,
Taking shit or
so I might as
unreliable
well take
shit.
shit.
So I guess
Yeah,
I'm taking shit. You know,
yeah,
yeah, but that hurts, but it's easy.
yeah. That's true.
Out of the models you
I
own,
like
if you
it.
dropped one right now, which one would shatter into 17 pieces? Oh, my original Hive Tyrant, a
My
1,000%.
Tantalus.
Oh yeah, that would
Oh,
absolutely.
that or the Phantom Titan.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's like resin. It just
Oh, it is resin.
explode.
Oh, okay, never mind.
It
Yeah,
was just, and it's huge.
yeah. Now, mine. In fact, I know that for a fact because my wife dropped it not too long ago, and it did shatter into 1,000 pieces. She felt so bad. I was like, no, that was expected. It's fine. This is not the first time it's happened. It's
You
fine.
shall rue the day, wife.
How dare you? She thought I was like a divorce or something. Oh my god, I don't know how I'm going to tell him. Like, no, it's fine. It's like,
You show up home, you come back home or whatever, and there's a little sorry note before you get into the I'm sorry. What for what? No, what happened? There's like pieces of Hive Tyrant everywhere.
the last one. What's one 40K opinion you'll defend no matter how wrong it is?
Oh, that's a great question,
Huh.
actually.
These are
But
bangers this week.
does the opinion have to be like our opinions that we defend or someone else's opinion that we
I
believe
think
in?
anything's up for grabs at this point.
Okay. So, and it's 40K, eh? A 40K opinion. Define opinion.
Okay. I think you're putting too much thought into this.
I just whatever. That's my opinion. The
It's wrong.
that I don't even if it's wrong. Like we don't know if it's wrong, but even if it is wrong,
Okay.
like what opinion? Okay. Or does it have to be an opinion that we know is wrong that we would defend?
I think it's just the question is you'll defend no matter how wrong it is. It's not saying it is wrong. It's just saying even if it was.
Okay, no matter like even if it say was wrong,
Yeah.
okay. That my opinion for Warhammer is that people listen to soapboxes too much. That's my opinion. I will fucking die on that hill. That like the creativity in Warhammer has died.
Oh, you took mine. Not word for word, but pretty much.
That's right. That's mine. I will die on that hill.
That...
You listen to people online too much, folks. Stop listening to people online.
Yeah, stop it. But after this one. Oh, sorry, Davis. Yes, I actually forgot to look at the Discord one. I will get to that one too. We do have one more after this. Then I'll do that one for sure. Crap.
Yeah, pick something else, Dustin.
Now I have to think of a different one though because you took mine. That's so rude.
Oh,
A 40K opinion that
I didn't make
defend
the
no
rules.
matter how wrong it is. I mean, I still think GSC is one of the best armies in the game.
Okay, that is a cop-out.
Nope.
That is such a cop-out.
I had to.
And you know you're wrong, too, right?
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Will you die on that hill? I think we're saying that you will.
Oh, yeah.
That's the whole
Absolutely, I'll
point
die
of
on
this
that hill.
exercise. Yeah, okay, you'll die on that
I'll
hill.
absolutely die on that hill.
I will die on this hill.
Oh, yeah, I'll go this one then. I'll go with this one. Separate war gear needs to be pointed differently.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah, I will defend
Although
that.
I will say I'm kind of sad that you totally just copped out on your faction like love like that fast. Like if I've always thought it was that fast to make you like just turn tail and run.
Scary, how can I
faction.
stand here and say I love a faction that doesn't fucking exist? All right,
It's not even a faction.
It's not even a faction. It's not recognized
fine.
by its creators. This is
fine. You know
the
what?
forgotten robots.
I'll let you off with a warning
That's
time.
That's right. All right,
We'll
and then
let
the
you
last
off
one
with a
we'll get Davis's. What's stronger, a great strategy but poorly positioned models, a poor strategy but great positioning models? And you can't pick
Great
both.
position models wins every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you add dice, right?
Yeah.
Which, if you're in the right position,
makes it
the impact of the dice
skews it with the dice. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like the positioning, you can win games with movement and not killing anything.
Yep, which actually I've had to do multiple times.
Yeah, you can win a game by not killing a single thing, as long as you went to the right spot.
Yeah, and you know the famous saying,
crazy how
no strategy survives contact with the enemy, right? Especially when there's dice involved.
Yeah.
So positioning 1,000%.
Because your enemy isn't going to do exactly like a good enemy won't do what you think they're going to do. They'll be like, "Oh, you wanted me to do this? No, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do my own thing."
I'm going to do the exact opposite. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let me make sure
I like
anything
it.
Else. I think.
We're pretty much all set.
I think that's it. I think I got them all. All right,
buddy.
cool. I feel good now.
Well done. Well done. That was a nice little
Thanks
bit
everybody
there.
for putting on these questions. That's great. Like I said, we will try to get through every single one every episode because it gets to a good enough number that we can usually burn through them pretty quick.
Yeah, and we do have the Discord. So if you're listening to the podcast and you want to like participate more, we've got the Discord as well. You can head on over to there. We've also got the Facebook page, which we don't really update too often, but we're going to try and start updating it as the New Year's resolution. Yes. We do have a cool merch page where you can buy our classic shirts like "Do Your Fucking Job," and a whole bunch of things like stickers and hats and a variety of things.
Also, we just got the dice, the new dice set dice
Ooh,
from
fancy
Bear
new dice.
Fucking banger dice. So if you're looking for places
they
to
look
dice, Bear
so
dice
freaking
is
cool.
Very, very nice. Get them from Bear Dice. Highly recommend.
They look great. I cannot wait
great.
to get my hands on the new ones. Oh, they feel great too.
Yeah,
that's good.
I've been feeling them
leave us a
all
review, by the way. Yeah, you're gonna.
And I'm gonna give those ones to you.
You know what? As long as they're nice and warm, they'll roll real well, buddy. They'll roll real well for me.
Just don't smell them.
I will smell them if I want to. You can always leave us a review wherever you listen to your podcast. Thanks a lot for coming to hang out and chatting with us, everybody. We really appreciate all your chats and hanging out with us and stuff. And we'll be back in 2 weeks. That's right. There's a bi-weekly podcast that we do. So come on, hang out with us and find out who the stud and or the scrub is every single week. The answer is you decide.
That's a cop out.